Welcome to the past year JEE mains questions discussion from the vector topic. Now I know in some books and materials, right, these vectors will be given along with the motion in a plane. But since in our understanding we look at vectors as more of basic physics, we will try to deal with this separately. So before we get into the discussion about the questions, right, I'm sure there are still some people who have not downloaded the Concept Digital app. So you can just download this from the Google Play Store, where you will get a lot of the JEE mains and advanced preparation resources, like video lectures like this, or books and reference materials, DPPs, practice worksheets, test series. You will find a lot of stuff on the digital, which is prepared by IITians. So for your mains as well as the advanced preparation, right, you will find this very useful. So we'll start with the questions. So this one it has come in 2020, numerical type. A force F, force is given to us. What is the force? I plus 2j plus 3k in terms of Newton, is acting at a point. So what is the point where the force is acting? So force is what is the force? I plus 2j plus 3k. This is acting at a point. Now what is given is 4i plus 3j minus k. What that basically means? That means if you have an origin, this is basically what the position vector of the point with respect to origin. This is where the force is acting. The magnitude of the torque about the point. So there is another point whose position vector is given by what? I plus 2j plus k. We have to find what is the magnitude of the torque with respect to this point. So this is our reference. With respect to the reference point, we have to find what is the magnitude of the torque. Now how do you find the torque? Torque is given by what? The cross product. Vector notation is what? Cross product of r bar with f bar. What is r bar? From the reference point, if you draw a position vector to the point where the force is applied, this is our r bar. Now this r bar is not given, f bar is given to us, this r is not given. Look at this. If you call it as say for example the point where the force is acting, the position vector of the point from origin is what? r1, let's say, and the reference point about which we are finding the torque, let us say the position vector with respect to origin is what? r2. Then what you can see is, using the triangle of addition, right, vector addition, what is it? This is r2 plus r. So r2 plus r, these are like what? The consecutive sides of the triangle. r1 is what? The third side in opposite order. So r2 plus r will be equal to what? r1. So from here what is it? We will have r is equal to what? r1 minus r2. So we can get r value. What is r1? 4i plus 3j minus k, that is r1, minus r2. What is r2? I plus 2j plus k. So look at this, 4i minus, this is I, then 3j minus into 2j means what? Minus 2j. Already one minus k is there, one more minus k will come. So look at this, 4i minus I means what? 3i. 3j minus 2j means what? J. Minus k means what? That is minus 2k. This is our r bar. Already we have f. Now what is the cross product? What is it? Torque. R cross f, we can use the determinant formula. What is it? I, j, k, components of the first vector r, 3, 1, minus 2. 3, 1, minus 2. Then the components of second vector f. What is the components? 1, 2, 3. So when you expand the determinant, right, we will know what is the torque in the vector notation. But why are you finding torque? Look at the question. No, the magnitude of the torque about the point I plus 2j plus k is root x Newton meter. This is also in terms of SI unit. Then the value of x. So means what? We have to find what is the torque magnitude. See, if you are able to get the torque in the IJK notation vector form, then we can easily find what is the torque magnitude. So how do you find the cross product if you have two vectors A and B? The IJK notation AX, AY, AZ, BX, BY, BZ. This we must be comfortable. Then only we will be able to solve these questions, because we need to practice. Wherever we will get this cross product, whichever problem is involving the cross product, right? We must be comfortable with the determinant formula. So look at this. What is the first thing? I. We will have to forget about the elements that are in the row and column where the I is there. Then look at it. AYBZ minus BYAZ. Then we will have to find what is the J component. Here in case of J, we will have a minus. We will have to forget about the row and column where the J is there. Then same thing, AXBZ minus BXAZ. Then we have to look at the component of K, so that row and column where the K is present, we will cancel it off. The remaining part is what? Look at this, AXBY minus BXAY. So in this formula as it is, we have to substitute the values. So how do we substitute the values? Look at it. The I component. What is I component? AY BZ. So AY is what? BZ. So 1 into 3 minus BYAZ 2 into minus 2. This is minus 2. So what is it? 3 plus 4. Totally what is it? 7. This is the component of I. Then we look at what is the component of J. Component of J means there is a minus already in front of J, that we need to look at. Okay. So what is it? Minus J into what is the component? AX. The only thing that we have to be doing is once you know the determinant formula concept, we will just have to patiently work it out. We should make sure that we will not make any simple mistake, because there is always a chance for making a simple mistake here. So AXBZ, where is AXBZ? So what is it? 3 into 3 minus BXAZ. Okay. This is what? 1 into minus 2 minus 1 into minus 2. So what is it? 3 3s are 9. This is plus 2, 11. Then we have to look at the component of K. So we will erase this. So what is the component of K? AXBY minus BXAY. So AXBY 3 into 2 minus BXAY 1 into 1. So 6 minus 1 is what? 5. So this is our torque in the IJK notation vector form. What is it? 7I minus 11J plus 5K. Now we got the torque in the vector notation. What is the next thing? We have to find the magnitude. Look at the question, right? What they are asking us. Once we find the magnitude, they are saying if the magnitude is equal to root x, then what is the value of x? So what is the magnitude formula? Root of, for any vector, right? I component square plus, here what is the j component? Minus 11 plus k component square. 7 square means 49. Minus 11 square means what? When you square, minus will not come. 121. 5 square means what? 25. So 49 121, 25. When you add it, what is this? This is 15. Then what is it that we will have? This is 9. So 195. What is this? Root of 195. But in the question, what they are saying, this magnitude is equal to what? Root x. What is the value we are getting here? Root 195, which means what? The value of x must be 195. Okay, so the only thing that is there is first the method to find the position vector of the point where the force is applied with respect to reference point. That is one concept. Then the second thing is obviously the cross product determinant formula. And after getting the torque in the vector form, IJK form, we know how to find the magnitude. That is another formula. This is what the third thing is, what? Finding the vector magnitude. So whenever, because you are still in the beginning of the preparation for JEE, whichever problem you solve, right, you try to understand what are the concepts involved in that. So here if you look at this question, right, what are the concepts involved? First concept is finding position vector. That is one concept. Second thing is what? The torque cross product determinant formula. Third formula that is our concept involved is what? Finding magnitude of a vector. So you see how these three concepts are beautifully kept into this problem. Okay, so we'll move on to the next question. This is another numerical type. The sum of two forces P and Q is such that the modulus of R, see, sum of two forces means what? This is what we can also call as a resultant. So resultant of P and Q vectors, let us say, is R. Then the modulus of R is equal to modulus of P. So this is like we say, you know, statement 1. They are giving some information to us. Then what is it that we need to find? The angle theta that the resultant of 2P and Q will make with Q. See, suppose here we have vector P, we have vector Q. Let's say the angle between them is what? Alpha. Okay. Then the resultant of both the vectors, right, R, is having the same magnitude as P. That is the given information in the first statement. Second statement, what they are asking, the angle theta that the resultant of 2P. So this is P means 2P will be what? Double the magnitude, but it will be in same direction. We should not forget it. 2P and Q, if you take a resultant of them, okay, the question is what? The angle made by the resultant of 2P and Q with this is a resultant with the Q, this theta. This is what they are asking. Okay, now how do we proceed? Because we have the first statement where we have some information. What is the information that is there? The resultant of P and Q is having the same magnitude as the P vector, which means what is the resultant formula? Root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos alpha, because the angle between them we are saying some alpha. We don't know what it is. Okay, so look at this. What is the thing that we will be able to have? P is equal to, if you square on both sides, right, means what? P square is equal to what? P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos alpha will come. P square is cancelled. Then from this what you will have? 0 is equal to what? Q square plus 2PQ cos alpha. You take Q common out. Q is a vector. I mean, we are assuming these are what? Non-zero. magnitude, which means what? Q will not be equal to 0. The only possibility is what? Q plus 2p cos alpha is 0. This is the only possibility. So this is the result or relation we are getting from the statement 1. What is the information we are having? Q plus 2p cos alpha value will be what? 0. Now this we will have to use when we are finding the angle between the resultant of 2p and q. Okay, so what is it? Resultant of 2p and q. So look at this now. If you want to call them as vector A and vector B, okay, the angle theta made by the resultant of A and B with vector B, right, is given by the formula tan theta will be equal to, this is what? Angle made by a resultant with B vector. Okay, so that value will be A sin alpha by B plus A cos alpha, assuming the angle between A and B is what? Alpha. Okay, what is the angle made by the resultant with the vector B? It is what? A sin alpha by B plus A cos alpha. So here A is what? 2p, B is what? Q. So we are looking at what? Angle made by the resultant with the vector Q. So what will be the formula here? Tan theta will be equal to what? A is what? 2p. So 2p sin alpha by B is what? Q. Q plus A is what? 2p. 2p cos alpha. That is the value of tan theta. Now here we don't know what is alpha, but look at this. No, in the denominator, what is there for us? Q plus, look at what is there in the denominator? Q plus 2p cos alpha. From the first statement of the question, right, what is the Q plus 2p cos alpha? 0, which means tan theta is like something is there in the numerator. Divide by 0 is coming. So anything by 0 is what? Infinity. Anything by 0 is what? Infinity, which means what? If tan theta is infinity, then what is the value of theta? Theta must be equal to what? 90 degrees. Because look at the question what they are asking. The angle theta in degrees we have to tell. That the resultant of 2p and q will make with q. So what is it going to be? It will be what? 90 in terms of degrees. So this is also numeric type of question. Okay. So in this problem, right, let us see what are the concepts that are involved. What are the concepts? So like this, every time you solve a problem, right, it is not much of a task. Just spend couple of minutes extra to put down what are the concepts involved, so that you will remind yourself what are the concepts involved and how you are able to apply them. So in this question, what are the concepts involved? First thing is the resultant formula. Then the second thing is, second concept, angle made by a resultant with one of the vectors. This formula. These are the two concepts involved in this. Okay. We'll go to the next question. This is come in 2020. The thing is, you may see that in recent years there are a lot of questions coming, because the number of papers, right, they have increased. At least now we have 4 attempts. In each attempt you have multiple shifts, means the number of papers will be that many. Let mod A1 is 3 and mod A2 is what? 5. Mod of A1 plus A2 is what? Also 5. Which means modulus of A1 first vector is given. Modulus of A2 second vector is given. Modulus of A1 plus A2. This is what? The resultant. What do you mean by mod of A1 plus A2? That is the resultant of A1 and A2, right? That is what? 5. The value of this expression, dot product. See, when you want to calculate, let's just look at it now. So what they are asking us to calculate 2a1 plus 3a2 dot 3a1 minus 2a2. I mean, let us see now what is this. When you use the distributive law, what happens? 2a1 dot 3a1 minus 2a1 dot 2a2. Then what is it? Plus 3a2 dot 3a1 will come, minus what is it? 3a2 dot 2a2. So this is what we will be having. Okay. Now we have the properties of the dot product. Here 2a1 dot 3a1 means what? 2 3s are 6. 6 into a1 dot a1 means what? Mod of a1 the square. Dot product of vector with itself is what? Square of the modulus of the vector. Why? Because that will be what? a1 into cos 0, right? That is what? a1 the square. That is what we are calling as mod of a1 the square. Okay. Then look at this. This is what? 2 2s are 4 minus 4 into a1 dot a2. Then what is this? 3 3s are what? 9 plus 9 into a2 dot a1. Remember, we have one more property of the dot product. What is it? a1 dot a2 is equal to a2 dot a1. This is what? 3 2s are 6. Again, a2 dot a2 means what? Modulus of a2 the square. So minus 6 modulus of a2 the square. So let's just write down, then we will see what is the thing that we will require to, because what they are asking the value of this. They are asking what is the value of 2a1 plus 3a2 dot 3a1 minus 2a2. So look at this, 6 into mod a1 the square. What is mod a1? 3. So 6 into 3 square. This is minus 4 a1 dot a2. This is 9 because a1 dot a2 is equal to a2 dot a1. Minus 4 plus 9 means what? That is a 5. We can say a1 dot a2. What is a1 dot a2? Mod a1 mod a2 into cos theta. If you say theta is the angle between a1 and a2, that is the dot product, right? Then we have minus 6 into mod a to the square. What is it? 5 square. This is what? 6 into 3 square means 6 9s are 54. This is what? 5 square means 25. 25 into 6 is what? 150, but we have a minus 150. Plus this thing is there. 5 into mod a1 means what? 3. Mod a2 means what? 5 into cos theta. So this is where we will get stuck, because they are asking us what is the value of that expression. But where we are getting stuck? We are getting stuck in the cos theta, where theta is the angle between a1 and a2. Now in order to find the value of the expression, because what is our task here? We have to find the value of the expression, right? That given expression. We should know what is the value of this cos theta. And how we can get it? Because we have not used this information so far. Look at this. Modulus of a1 plus a2 is 5. What is modulus of a1 plus a2? 5 means resultant. What is the resultant formula? Root of a1 the square plus a2 the square plus 2a1 a2 into cos theta. You square on both sides means what you will get? Left side 25 is equal to 9 plus 25. 3 square means not 9. 5 square means 25. Plus this is what? 30 cos theta. 25 25 is cancelled. Bring the 9 this side. Minus 9 is equal to what? 30 cos theta. So 3 3s are 3 10s are minus 3 by 10. That is what? Our cos theta value. What is the cos theta value? Minus 3 by 10. Now as it is, just bring and substitute. What is it? 54. I mean, we can simplify it. What is this? 54 minus 150 means what? This is minus 96. Then what is this? This is plus 75 cos theta. What is cos theta? Minus 3 by 10. Here we can see some cancellation. Now what is the cancellation? 5 2s are, and then 5 15s. That's it. We'll just have to do the simplification. See, sometimes, right, and questions in JEE mains may not be that tricky in terms of the application level, but it might be all about going through the entire solution part with lot more patience. Okay, so this is what? Minus 96. 15 threes are what? 45. 45 by 2 means what is it? Minus 22.5. There is a minus. Okay, so what is it? Minus 96 minus 22.5 means what? Minus 118.5. So when I add both of them, what we will get? Minus 118.5. That's it. What is the answer? It is what? Option D. So in this question, right, what we are doing, so always whenever you practice a question, make a habit to look at what are the concepts involved and how you are able to apply them, because this is what will really make you ready for the JEE Advanced. So when you are looking at it, right, first thing is what? There is an expression. In that, the expansion of dot product using this distributive law. Then what else is there? The resultant. From the resultant value, finding angle between vectors. Basically what we did, from the given resultant formula, right, I mean result value, mod of a1 plus a2, they are saying 5. Mod a1 is there, mod a2 is there. From that we are able to get what is the cos theta, and that we are using to find what is the value of the final expression. Okay, so these are the two concepts. See, there is one concept part from physics, and there is the numerical part, that is more math. While the numerical part is important, we should always keep eye on what are the concepts in physics that are being applied in this particular question. Okay, so we'll go to the next one. This is a question that has come in 2019. In the cube of side A as shown in the figure, there is a cube with a side A that is shown. The vector from central point of the face ABOD. Where is ABOD? I mean, we'll just mark it with a different color so that we can see. ABOD face is this one. So we'll just mark it. This is the ABOD. The central part, what is it? G. See one thing. This is origin. Huh? What is this ABOD? It is the XZ plane. So ABOD is what? The XZ plane. Central point is G. Okay. From there, we have to draw the vector to the central point of the BEFO. Where is BEFO? I'll just mark it with a different color. So you can see here, this is a BEFO face. Now what is that? This is a YZ plane. What is BEFO? That is the YZ plane. Now let us focus on the central point. So G is the central point. So for basically we have to draw a vector from G to H. H is the central point of the BEFO. We have to draw a vector from where? G to H. First thing is, let us try to find the coordinates of G and H. Coordinates means what? That will give us what is the position vector of G and position vector of H with respect to origin. See, when you want to look at the cube is having a side length A. So see here, G is the midpoint of the phase ABOD, which means what? Here from O we start means we will have to move A by 2 along the x-axis. Then another A by 2 along the z-axis, positive z. Okay, which means what? The coordinates of the G will be what? A by 2 comma A by 2. Okay, so which means the position vector of G from the origin, right? It will be what? A by 2. I mean, by the way, this is what? The x coordinate, and this is the z coordinate. So what is it? A by 2 into I plus A by 2 into K. This is the position vector of the G. Now one thing is over. Let us look at the H part. So where is this H actually? H is in the YZ plane. Look at this. So here we have to move A by 2 along the Y axis and then A by 2 along the Z axis. Means the position vector of H from the origin is what? A by 2 into J plus A by 2 into K. So this is what is the position vector of the H. Now what we need to find? We have to find what is the vector that is drawn from G to H. What is the vector that is drawn from G to H? So look at this. When you want to find the vector from G to H, so we have the position vector of H. We have the position vector of G. Look at this vector. This is G. This is H. There is a triangle. I'll just draw it and show it to you. This is the position vector of H. This is the position vector of G. And this is our the vector from G to H. That is what they are asking. So look at the triangle G plus the G to H vector, that is equal to what? H. So G and GH are like the two consecutive sides of the triangle. This is what? The third side in reverse order, resultant formula, vector law, which means from here what we will get? The GH vector that we are looking for, right? That is what? The vector drawn from G to H. The GH vector will be what? H vector minus, so the GH vector is what? H vector minus G vector. So what is H vector means? A by 2j plus A by 2k minus the G vector. What is G vector? A by 2i plus A by 2k. That's it. If we conclude this means we will be able to get the answer. Okay. So see what happens. What happens here? This A by 2k minus A by 2k cancel. So what is it? A by 2j minus A by 2i. That is what is our GH vector. What is GH vector? If you take A by 2 common out means what? A by 2 into j minus I. What is it? It is option C. Okay. So here we will look at what are the concepts involved. What are the concepts involved here? First concept is geometry relation to vector. So we are able to see the coordinates of the point G and point H. We are able to look at what is the vector notation of the position vector of G and position vector of H from origin. Then the second concept that is involved is the vector law of addition, triangle law basically, because using that only we are able to find the vector GH is equal to what? The H vector minus G vector. This is coming from where? It is coming from the triangle law. Okay. So that is how we are able to get the final answer. What is the final answer? Half A into J minus I. Okay. So this way you make a note of what are the concepts involved in each and every question. You will see that your problem solving ability will definitely improve a lot. Otherwise, right, it's like what? Okay, you are doing some problem and moving on means you are not summarizing it. If you summarize these ideas, right, means next time when you are attacking a similar type of question, or sometimes what happens is it may not be possible that in JEE you will get all the question types you practiced. Sometimes you have a different model of question also. So how you can attempt it? If you take this clarity, or if you take these ideas, then you will be able to solve any new type of question that is given by using a combination of these ideas. Okay. So let's look at another question, 2019. Two forces P and Q, they have magnitudes 2F and 3F, are at an angle theta with each other. If the force Q is doubled, then their resultant also will get doubled. Then the angle theta is. Okay. So there are two cases here. What is it? Case 1. What they are saying, two forces are there, 2F and 3F, with an angle theta. So look at this, 2F is there, 3F is there. What is this? This is P, this is Q. Their resultant means what is it? Root of, what is it? P square plus Q square plus 2PQ into cos theta. This is the resultant. Okay, so what is it? You check it. What is it? Root of 2F the square means what? This is what? This is 2 2s are what? 4. 4 3s are what? 12. So 4 plus 9 means what? 13. So R is equal to root of 13F square plus 12F square cos theta. So this is the information we are able to get from the case 1 or statement 1. Now we look at what is the information given in the case 2 or statement 2. What is statement? If the Q force is doubled. See, remember, when you double the Q force means we are talking about the magnitude. The angle between P and Q is theta means the angle between P and 2Q also will be theta, because whatever this is the Q means 2Q will be what? Just in the same direction, double magnitude. So look at it. Now we are talking about what? P and 2Q. Angle will be same theta. P and 2Q means what? P is 2F. 2Q means what? It will become 6F. Their resultant is double. So if the original resultant is R, now this is what? 2R. 2R is what? Root of same 2F square plus 6F square plus 2 into 2F into 6F into cos theta. Now look at this. What is it? 2F the square means 4F square. This is what? 36. So I'll just write it here. 2R is equal to what? Root of 4 plus 36 means what? 40. 40F square plus, this is 2 into 2 is what? 4. 4 6 are what? 24. 24F square cos theta. It's like what? Equation 2. Now you see here, from this, what is it that we are supposed to get? We are supposed to get what is the value of theta, right? What is our task here? We have to get what is the value of theta. Then in this we have to use the equation 2 and get the value of the theta. So how do we get it? From equation 1, what is the value of R? Root of 13 square plus 12F square cos theta. So just substitute in the equation 2. 2 times, in place of R, what we are going to keep? Root of 13F square plus 12F square cos theta. This is equal to what? Root of 40F square plus 24F square cos theta. Square on both sides. 2 becomes 4. 13F square plus 12F square cos theta is equal to what? Right side is what? 40F square plus 24F square cos theta. Now here left side you see what is going to happen. So we can just erase their other part so that we will use it. That's it. From now, what is the step? It is just about the simplification. If you simplify means we can conclude finally what is the value of theta that we will get. So what is it that we are having? This is what? 4 into 13, that is 52 f square plus 4 into 12, 48 cos theta is equal to what? This is 40 f square minus 24 f square cos theta. So bring it to that, I mean the 40 f square, let us bring it to the left. What we'll have? 52 minus 40 means what? That is 12 f square. Okay, then you know the 48 f square cos theta, let us take it to the right side. So right side is what? Already we have 24 f square cos theta minus 48 f square cos theta. So 24 minus 48 means what? Minus 24. I mean, it is just going to involve a couple of steps to conclude the answer, but we are there. So once we are able to relate the resultant values, right, that's it. So left side, what is it? 12 f square is equal to right side, what is it? 24 minus 48 means f square will get cancelled. So 12, the minus 24 will go to the denominator. Minus 12 by 24 will be equal to what? Cos theta. This is what? Minus half. So cos theta minus half means because we know angle between two vectors is always in what is the angle, range of values angle can take, it will be what? 0 to 180, right? So which means what? The theta value must be 120 degrees because cos 120 is what? Minus half. So what is the answer for this? It is what? Option A, which is 120 degrees. So what is the concept that is involved here? Not much, just one single concept. What is it? The resultant formula. So we are given case 1, case 2. In both the cases we are expressing what is the resultant formula. Based on that we are concluding the final. What they are asking is the angle between the two vectors, right? We are able to conclude that. So what is the concept involved here? The resultant formula, the resultant of the two vectors. That's it. Okay. So we'll go to the next question. This is again 2019 one. Two vectors A and B have equal magnitudes. Means what? Their magnitudes are equal. The magnitude of A bar plus B bar is n times the magnitude of A bar minus B bar. Then in that case we have to find what is the angle between A and B. Okay. So what is the thing? If both of them are having the same magnitude, let us say the magnitude is what? We'll say the magnitude of both the vectors is theta p, and let's say the angle between them is theta, both of them, which means what? The mod of A will be equal to P, same way mod of B also will be equal to what? P. They are giving us one information. What is it? The magnitude of A plus B. A plus B magnitude means what? Root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. So what is the mod of A plus B means what? Root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Similarly, what is the mod of A minus B? Root of A square plus B square minus 2AB cos theta. Okay. So what they are giving us is the A plus B vector is n times the A minus B, the magnitude. Okay. So which means what? In this A will be equal to P, B also will be equal to P. So look at this, root of P square plus 2 into P means what? 2P square cos theta. That will be equal to what? N times mod of A minus B, which is what? P square plus P square. So what is it? 2P square minus 2P square cos theta. So from here what we are supposed to get? We are supposed to get what is the value of theta. What is our task here? We have to find what is the value of theta, right? So let us see how do we get the value of theta. We have the equation, right? What is it? Left side of the equation is what? Inside the square root, what is there for us? This is what? P square plus P square is 2P square. So left side is what? Root of 2P square plus 2P square cos theta. Right side is what? N into root of 2p square minus 2p square cos. So what we will have to do? Let us square on both sides. If square means what we will get? Left side is what? 2p square plus 2p square cos theta is equal to, right side is what? N into 2p square minus 2p square cos theta. Not n, it will be n square because we are squaring it, right? Squaring it means here the root will vanish, here also root will vanish, but n will become what? N square. Okay. Now what we will do is from the left side we can take 2p square common out. 1 plus cos theta is equal to what? Right side n square. We can also take 2p square common. 1 minus cos theta. So 2p square will get cancelled. Okay. Now what we will be having? What is our task? We have to find what is the value of theta, right? So left side what is there? 1 plus cos theta. Right side is what? N square minus n square cos theta. So let us rearrange. If you rearrange means what we will get? Let us bring the minus n square cos theta and take the 1. So cos theta plus n square cos theta is equal to what? Right side what you will have? N square minus 1. This is what? Cos theta into 1 plus n square. We can also write it as what? N square plus 1. So cos theta value will be what? N square minus 1 by n square plus 1. This is cos theta. If you have cos theta is equal to n square minus 1 by n square plus 1, then I mean in the language of inverse trigonometric functions, what do we call it as? Inverse trigonometric functions. If say for example, for the values that we don't know, if somebody, for example, cos theta is given as what? Let's say 2 by 3. Then if we want to express theta, right, we will say theta is equal to what? Cos inverse 2 by 3, like that. If for us cos theta is coming as n square minus 1 by n square plus 1, then theta will be expressed as what? Cos inverse. This is what we are putting it like power minus 1, but that is not power minus 1. This is called as what? Inverse trigonometric function. We will learn about this in our 12th standard. So what is the theta value? Cos inverse of, that is the way we will have to express, cos inverse of n square minus 1 by n square plus 1. So look at this, what is the answer? It is what? Option A. So in this question, what are the concepts involved? Only one concept. What is it? The formula of mod A plus B and mod A minus B. Just the relation, right? So what is the question is all about? The relation between mod A plus B and mod A minus B. When we conclude, it means we are able to get whatever is the angle between the two vectors. Look at the next question. This is a question that has come in 2018. A bar is given, B bar is given. The magnitude of a coplanar vector C bar such that it satisfies the condition. See, first of all, what do you mean by coplanar? The vector C bar must be in the same plane as A bar and B bar. Look at this. No, you look at A bar, it is having I and J component, means A bar is in the xy plane. Look at B bar, B bar is also what? It is having I component, J component, means what? It is also in the xy plane. So which means our C bar, right, will be definitely in the xy plane. So any general vector representation, right, how we can represent it? We can represent it like what? Some A into I plus B into J. So here A and B are the I component, J component. We have to find it out. Okay. But in the question, what they are asking us to find what is the magnitude of C such that it satisfies the condition. What is the condition they are putting? A dot C is equal to what? B dot C, which is equal to A dot B. See, first of all, A is given, B is given, right? Let us calculate what is A dot B. What is A dot B means? Product of the I components 1 into 2 plus product of the J components 1 into minus 1. So which means A dot C will be 1, B dot C will be 1. So we will get two equations. First equation is what? A dot C is 1. A dot C 1 into A. Product of the I components. What is the dot product of two vectors? Product of the I components plus product of the J components If there is a k component means plus product of the k component also will come. So here you see here, what is it? 1 into a plus 1 into b. So what is it? A plus b, that is equal to what? A dot b value. Next we will equate b dot c to 1. So what is b dot c? 2 into a minus 1 into b. So this is our second equation. Basically we will get what? Two equations. Okay, so what is the given condition for us? A dot c is equal to b dot c is equal to a dot b. Already we know what is a dot b value, dot product. So simply what we are doing, first we are expressing a dot c value, equating it to 1, because a dot b value is what? 1. Then we are expressing b dot c and equating it to what? 1, because a dot b value is 1. Now we have two equations. What are the two equations? A plus b is equal to 1, then 2a minus b is equal to 1. These are the two equations. Okay. So if you add both the equations, just add them, simply add them, what you will get? B minus b will be cancelled. Left side what you have? 3a. So from here a will be equal to what? 2 by 3. Then since we are saying a plus b is equal to 1, b will be equal to what? 1 minus a, that is 1 minus 2 by 3. So what is it? The vector c, right? What is the vector c? ai plus bj, right? That is the way taken, which means what? 2 by 3i plus 1 by 3j. This is our vector c. But in the question what they are asking us? They are asking us what is the c vector magnitude. So how do you find the c vector magnitude? It will be what? Root of I component square plus j component square, because only there are I and j components, right? So what is the c vector magnitude? Means it will be what? Root of I component square plus j component square. That is it. So just do that, we will get what is the answer for the question. So what we will have? Root of, this is the c vector magnitude, mod c. Mod c will be what? Root of I component square, 2 by 3 the square plus j component square. So what is it? Root of 4 by 9 plus 1 by 9. What is it? Root 5. Denominator root 9 means what? That is 3. Either we can say root 5 divided by 3, or we can just keep it as it is inside, root of 5 by 9. Either way, okay. But since this is a MCQ type of examination, we have to look at what is the answer form they are giving. What is the answer form they are giving? They are giving like what? Whole root 5 by 9. So that is what we have to choose. Okay. Again, in this question, see, every time it is not about, that's why we keep saying. So for all the concept learning students, right, the one idea that they will get is it is not about the quantum of problems you solve. It's not like only the students who do 200 problems in every chapter will get into IITs or NITs. Whatever you are solving, right, you have to try and assimilate. Okay, in the language of biology, imagine you are eating a lot and your body is not assimilating. What happens? It will go in and it will come out. So only when you are assimilating things, right, that is what will really matter. Same way here also, like, whenever you solve a problem, you have to understand what is the concept or the idea that is used. So here what is it? First we have used, how do we represent a coplanar vector? That is one idea. The second idea is what? The dot product of two vectors. Using that we are able to solve the question. Okay. Let us go to the next one. What is it? This has come in 2015. A vector A bar is rotated by a small angle delta theta in radians. Delta theta is much smaller than 1. To get a new vector means what? Just understand one thing. So you have a vector A. Its magnitude will be what? Mod A. I mean, we can say it as what? Simply just like A. We are rotating it by a small angle. How much it is? Delta theta. So that we will get the vector B. Because when you rotate a vector means what? The vector value will change. Why? Because vector will also be involved in direction part. But if you are simply rotating its magnitude, right? What will be the magnitude? It will not change because you are only rotating it, right? Magnitude will be still what? A only. Then they are asking what is the value of mod of b minus a. Remember, what is a mod of b minus a means it will be what? Root of a square plus b square minus 2ab cos of delta theta. So here a will be the vector a magnitude, b will be vector b magnitude. But remember, what is the vector b magnitude? That is also a only, because we are taking the a vector and rotating it to get the b. So b will have the same magnitude. Look at this, what is it? Root of a square plus another a square. A into b means a square cos delta theta. This expression we have to simplify, that's it. And there are answers waiting for us. Okay, so we'll have to conclude this expression and then we will have to see what is the, so what is this? Look at it, what we'll have, root of a square plus a square means what? 2a square minus 2a square cos of delta theta. So what is this? If you take a 2a square common out, 1 minus cos delta theta. So here we will have to use some trigonometric identities. 1 minus cos theta, right? That can be written as 2 sine square theta by 2. What is the trigonometric identity we are using? 1 minus cos theta is equal to what? 2 sine square of theta by 2, which means root 2a square 2 sine square. Here what is the angle? Delta theta, right? So we'll get what? Delta theta by 2. So 2 2s are what? 4. So they will come out of, everything will come out of the root. So root 4 is what? 2. Root a square is what? A. Root of sine square delta theta by 2 is what? Sine of delta theta by 2. This is what is the mod of b minus a. But if you look at it, right, the option none of them are having sine, then it must be something to do with the approximation they are giving. What is the approximation they are saying? Delta theta is very, very small in comparison to 1. This is what we will be calling as the small angle approximations. What do we call it as? A small angle approximation. What is it? If the angle is very small, then sine alpha will be almost equal to tan alpha, which will be equal to what? Alpha. This is what is the small angle approximation. So you can check our basic math videos on the trigonometric identities and all these relations. So which means here what we can say, the mod of b minus a, right? We can use a small angle approximation. 2a, the sine of this angle will be approximately equal to what? The angle value itself in radians, delta theta by 2. 2 gets cancelled. So a into delta theta means what? A is what? Mod a only, right? When we simply say a means that is what? The modulus of the vector a. So look at it, what is the answer for this? It is our option A. Okay. So you check what are the things that we have used. What are the concepts we have used? Okay. What are the concepts we have used in this question? The first thing is the idea of rotating a vector. Rotating a vector will only change the vector in terms of its orientation, but the magnitude will remain the same. Second thing is what? That a modulus of b minus a formula. The third thing is the trigonometric identity. That formula, what is it? 1 minus cos theta is equal to what? 2 sin square theta by 2. That formula we use. Then the last thing, and the final concluding thing, that is also very important. What is it? Otherwise we would not have got the answer. What is it? The same trigonometric related only, but what do we call it as? Small angle approximations. Okay, so these are all the things that are used in solving this question. Like that, that's what I am saying. Every problem you solve, you try to look at what are the ideas or formulae or concept that we have used to solve this question. Next we have another one, 2004 this has come. A cross B is equal to B cross A. Then the angle between A and B. See, A cross B is equal to B cross A means what? Normally we know what is B cross A. It will be minus of A cross B. What is B cross A? It will be what? Minus of A cross B. So if you substitute, right, what you will have, A cross B, okay, is equal to, in place of B cross A, what I can keep, minus of A cross B. Just take it to the left side. What you will have, A cross B already is there. This also becomes what, plus, this will be 0, which means what, 2 times A cross B is 0. 2 times A cross B 0 means what, actually A cross B is 0. When will A cross be 0? When the angle between A and B, right, when the theta, okay, theta will be equal to 0, because when the cross product is 0, when the vectors are either parallel or anti-parallel, when theta is equal to 0 or theta is equal to 180. Theta is equal to 0 means what, the vectors are basically parallel. Theta is equal to 180 means what, the vectors are anti-parallel. So here among the given options, right, what is the one that we can choose? Because they have not given us 0, they have given us a pi by 2, a pi by 3, a pi by 4. No, what is the one that we have to choose? We have to choose option C, which is pi. Pi means what, 180 degrees. Okay, so this is how we will have to approach a question. So here what is the idea that we used? See, every problem, it is not about solving the problem. Once you solve it, if you just spend this 1 minute extra to summarize what is the concept that you used to solve the problem, right, it will do wonders to your preparation. You will be that much more confident while solving, because think of it, no, so any faculty or trainer who is coming to solve problems for you, they would not have solved problems from, like, each and every book. Definitely they would have solved a particular book or couple of books, but what makes them to solve problems from any book is basically the command over the ideas. So how do you get the command over the ideas? When you have a clarity on what are the ideas that you are using while solving a problem, you will get the command. So once you get the command means you are JEE ready. Okay, so let's see, here what is the concept we used? The cross product relation, and the other thing is what, cross product 0. Basically this is the condition that we use for the parallel or anti-parallel. So whenever we want to talk about the parallel anti-parallel vectors, right, what is the condition we use? The cross product of the vectors must be equal to what, 0. Okay, so similarly, in case of the vectors perpendicular, right, what will be the condition that will be used? The dot product of the vectors will be what, taken as 0. Okay, but that is not the discussion point here, but just to tell you. So these are the two ideas that we used to solve this question. So this is about the past year JEE mains questions from the vector topic. Hope this is useful, and we will see in the next topic video. All the best.